Want to speak real German from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at GermanPod101.com.
Hi, it's Lisa. Welcome to the top 10 phrases to amaze native speakers. Let's begin. Außer Deutsch kann ich auch ein paar andere Sprachen sprechen. Apart from knowing German, I can speak a few other languages as well. Außer Deutsch kann ich auch ein paar andere Sprachen sprechen. Apart from knowing German, I can speak a few other languages as well. I'm curious to know what other languages you can speak or you're actually learning besides from German. Danke, aber ich bin eigentlich kein Muttersprachler. Thank you, but I'm not a native speaker actually. Danke, aber ich bin eigentlich kein Muttersprachler. Thank you, but I'm not a native speaker actually. That is an answer if somebody thinks you're actually German or you talk like a German native speaker. So that's a big compliment, I think. Deutsch macht Spaß und ist einfach zu lernen. German is fun and easy to learn. Deutsch macht Spaß und ist einfach zu lernen. German is fun and easy to learn. Of course, that's something I would love to hear. If something is fun, it gets easy. So if you're enjoying German, I think you're being in a good mood and then it gets easy because you're actually wanting to learn. Ich habe alles genau verstanden, was du gesagt hast. I completely understood everything you said. Ich habe alles genau verstanden, was du gesagt hast. I completely understood everything you said. I think that's something really nice if somebody's still learning German and you talk to them like you're talking to a native speaker and they tell you, wow, I really understood everything. That's something that's a big compliment. But it's also a big compliment for you because it means that you understood everything. Ich habe nur ein Jahr gebraucht, fließend zu werden. It took me only 1 year to become fluent. Ich habe nur ein Jahr gebraucht, fließend zu werden. It took me only 1 year to become fluent. If you've become fluent in a year, that's amazing. Ich kann deutsche Filme ohne Untertitel gucken. I can watch German movies without subtitles. Ich kann deutsche Filme ohne Untertitel gucken. I can watch German movies without subtitles. I always suggest to watch movies without subtitles because even if you don't understand, it's very visual and you can use your imagination. Ich kann rund 50 neue deutsche Wörter pro Tag auswendig lernen. I can memorize around 50 new German words a day. Ich kann rund 50 neue deutsche Wörter pro Tag auswendig lernen. I can memorize around 50 new German words a day. That is amazing. I mean, 50 new German words. Every day learning new German words is going to help you to become fluent. Ich lerne ganz alleine Deutsch. I'm learning German all by myself. Ich lerne ganz alleine Deutsch. I'm learning German all by myself. I mean, I think I would be a little sad if you said that to me because I hope you learn with me. But of course, it's a very great thing if you can learn on your own a language and study. Ich lerne seit 10 Jahren Deutsch. I've been learning German for 10 years. Ich lerne seit 10 Jahren Deutsch. I've been learning German for 10 years. Many people give up maybe, but in 10 years you can learn so much German. Let me know how long have you been learning German. In 3 Jahren werde ich Deutsch wie ein Muttersprachler sprechen. I'll speak German like a native speaker in 3 years. In 3 Jahren werde ich Deutsch wie ein Muttersprachler sprechen. I'll speak German like a native speaker in 3 years. I always think it's good to set goals and because I really think if you work hard for them, you'll make it. So what is your goal in learning German? Have you set any goals? Leave me in the comments. Thank you for watching the 10 phrases to amaze native speakers. speakers. I hope to see you soon, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye!
Hi everybody, Anja here. Welcome to Ask a Teacher, where I'll answer some of your most common German questions. The question for this lesson is, what is the difference between Entschuldigung, entschuldigen Sie, and entschuldige? Let's start from the beginning. The verb entschuldigen can be literally translated as to take away the guilt, with die Schuld meaning the guilt. This means you're asking the other person to free you from feeling guilty for whatever you're apologizing for. Both Entschuldigung and entschuldigen Sie, which are formal, and entschuldige, which is informal, are used to apologize to someone. Entschuldigen Sie und entschuldige are the imperative of entschuldigen, which means to excuse, and Entschuldigung means apology. While both expressions can often be used interchangeably, a conversation between a parent and their child might go like this. Entschuldige dich, apologize, to which the child will reply Entschuldigung, meaning apology. Or more naturally in English, sorry. Entschuldigung can often stand on its own as an apology, but entschuldigen Sie or entschuldige often need another sentence to explain what you're apologizing for, such as entschuldigen Sie, dass ich zu spät war, which means excuse me being late, or entschuldigen Sie die Störung, meaning excuse the disruption. Entschuldigen Sie is formal, so this would be used at work, for example when a colleague disrupts a meeting or, very politely, simply before asking a colleague a question. Another common phrase is Entschuldigung, das wollte ich nicht, meaning apologies, I didn't want that to happen. This can be used in many situations, and the das wollte ich nicht implies that whatever you did was an accident. This phrase can be used for anything from apologizing for dropping a plate at home to apologizing to your boss for breaking your computer at work. It's usually used when your mistake was noticed by another person and that person makes you aware of what you did. Another example is ist entschuldigt, which directly translates as he's excused. This is commonly only at school when parents write a note for their children when they are sick. Their absence is then called an entschuldigt. In casual situations, for example, if a friend is a few minutes late, many people would just shorten this phrase by saying Entschuldigung. For example, Entschuldigung, ich stand im Stau, which means, sorry, I was caught in traffic. Increasingly, people also say just sorry in very casual or friendly situations. If you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments below and I'll try to answer them. Tschüss, bis zum nächsten Mal. Bye, see you next time.
When learning a new language, it's easy to think, I don't think I'm making any progress. What if I never reach my goals? We all get these thoughts from time to time, but are they worth being scared of? What are the fears language learners tend to have the most? And how can you learn to overcome them? Here are the top 4 language learning fears, according to our users. Number 1, I'm not good enough to start speaking yet. This is a pretty common fear or misconception that most learners have. Here's how you overcome it. The best way to get good at speaking is to start speaking from day 1. You need to open your mouth and just start talking. If you think you're not good enough, just focus on the lines you want to say. Number 2, I'm afraid I'll never be fluent. You've got to set small, specific goals. Make daily goals, like having just a 5-minute conversation. As these small goals add up, you'll be speaking more comfortably. Number 3, I'm not making any progress. There are 2 things you can do right now. Use the dashboard to track your progress. Our dashboard shows how much you've accomplished. Or try a harder lesson on our website. The lessons come with line-by-line translations, and the hosts explain everything. Now you can understand something you didn't minutes ago. Number 4, I'm afraid of not understanding anything I hear. This fear can occur when you hear advanced grammar and vocabulary and it just goes completely over your head. To beat this, simply read along with our line-by-line tool. It's the best way to instantly understand advanced conversations. Translations and scripts are right in front of you. For real-life situations, learn useful phrases such as, "Can you say it more slowly? I don't understand." There's nothing wrong with saying that you didn't understand something. So, these are the top 4 fears and how to overcome them. Luckily, we also have the perfect tools available to help you conquer your fears. Sign up for your free lifetime account, no credit card required, and you'll get the best free online resources. Don't let your fears stop you. Start learning now.
Hello and welcome, it's Henrik again with a new session of GermanPod101.com. What we will learn today is must-know expressions for agreeing and disagreeing. Very important. You will have to agree and disagree often in your life. Sometimes hard to choose agreeing or disagreeing, but the way you can do this, I'm going to teach you today. Let's move. Number 1. Ich bin ganz Ihrer Meinung. I couldn't agree more with you. Apparently a very strong expression for agreeing. In an argument, I don't know, it could be used at work or family, friends, for any group of people, you could use this, and there's a debate and you really strongly agree with one side, then you totally can go for this. Ich bin ganz Ihrer Meinung. I couldn't agree more with you. If you're not as certain, and here we come for number 2, nun, ich bin nicht sicher. Well, I'm not sure. This is a way you kind of neither agree nor disagree. It's something in between. If you really don't know what's right, what's wrong, you could use this. It leaves it open, so yeah, even if people ask you something in German maybe and you're not sure how to answer because you maybe also didn't fully understand the question, go for ich bin nicht sicher, I'm not sure, then at least you don't make a wrong decision you might regret later, right? Number 3, easy one, natürlich, of course. So, for example, if I ask you, do you like learning German with German Pod 101? Your answer would be, natürlich, of course. Number 4, ich denke schon, I guess so. I would agree, but I'm not 100% sure. It's, you're leaning towards one side, but don't want to fully fall out of it, right? Ja, Sie haben recht. Yes, you're right. The way I imagine it, of course, is like if you're in a dispute maybe with somebody and then you want to admit, okay, he's right for a thing, but then also bring on your own arguments or points. You can say, yes, you're right with this. Ja, Sie haben recht. But, and then put your own point. As easy as that. On the other hand, Sie liegen falsch. You're wrong. That's like if you're really like arguing and want to say, no, what you say is just completely wrong. Try probably not to say it with this harsh German accent. Sie liegen falsch. That's bad. That's very aggressive. Say it more like nein, Sie liegen falsch. Try to say it carefully, then people don't misunderstand it and won't think you just want to fight. Vielleicht. Maybe. Yeah, that's a very vague answer for anything. It doesn't really help anybody if you say vielleicht. Hey, do you come to my birthday party tomorrow? Vielleicht. Oh, do you want to go shopping with me next week? Vielleicht. See, it's not like a very satisfying answer. Maybe it's sometimes a good option if you don't want to disappoint a person by disagreeing, but you also don't want to agree. So you just say, vielleicht. Call me, maybe. Ruf mich vielleicht an. Ich stimme nicht zu. Nein. I don't agree. No. That makes it really clear that you're really not agreeing. It's important to make your point clear. It's important to not only agree for the sake of agreeing. Sometimes you are of different opinions and then it's important to stand up for yourself and say, hey, I don't agree. Ich stimme zu. I agree. Yeah, very easy. I agree. Whatever you agree on, you can say, hey, I agree. Ich stimme zu. Ich stimme zu. Nobody will complain about you agreeing. I agree. Sometimes I talk too much here. See, I hope you disagree. Das ist wahr. That's true. Das ist wahr. Yeah, it's like, mom, even if you knew it before or not, but wow, that person has a point. So I hope I could help you with it in this lesson. I hope you had fun. Leave your comments, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and then I see you next time. Ciao, ciao. And don't say maybe.
Want to speak real German from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at GermanPod101.com. You are at a train station platform where you are waiting for your train. There's a small pamphlet sitting on a display case about a new train that will be introduced next year. You decide to pick up and read the pamphlet. What is the main feature and the biggest advantage of the new train? What is the main feature and the biggest advantage of the new train? The main feature of the train is that it is propelled by magnetism. The biggest advantage is that it can reach twice the speed of any train that runs on tracks.
Der Zug wird durch Magnetismus angetrieben. Er kann die doppelte Geschwindigkeit von Zügen erreichen, die auf Gleisen verkehren.
Hi everybody, Anja here. Welcome to Ask a Teacher, where I'll answer some of your most common German questions. The question for this lesson is, what is the difference between wohnen and leben? Wohnen and leben can both be translated as to live and are often used interchangeably in German. For example, you could say ich wohne in Deutschland or ich lebe in Deutschland, and both would mean I live in Germany. However, wohnen is only used when talking about your current living situation and might be closest to the English verb to reside. For example, ich wohne in einer Wohnung in einer Wohngegend means I live in an apartment in a residential area. Wohnen and Wohnung, which means apartment, have the same origin. The verb leben can be used to express this too, but is also used in the more literal sense, like lebt, which means he's alive. Let's do some examples so you can see how to use wohnen and leben correctly. In this sentence, ich wohne in Berlin, which means I live or reside in Berlin, wohnen is more commonly used than leben because it's talking about your address. However, both verbs are possible. The sentence, meine Katze ist sehr alt, aber sie lebt noch, which means my cat is very old but she's still alive, uses the word leben because it's talking about the physical state of your cat. Here is a sentence that uses both leben and wohnen. Ich habe ein Jahr im Ausland gelebt und in einer WG gewohnt. This means I lived abroad for a year and resided in a share house. When referring to an experience such as living abroad, leben is commonly used because it usually implies the experience of living rather than just where your address would be in that foreign country. However, when discussing the actual living situation, we used wohnen to talk about the share house, which in German is a WG or Wohngemeinschaft. When in doubt, the verb leben is a safe bet, as it always fits whenever you want to express to live. Wohnen, however, can only be used when expressing living in the sense of residing. It's more commonly used than the English verb to reside, though. Do you have any more questions? Leave them in the comments and I'll try to answer them. Tschüss, bis zum nächsten Mal. Bye, see you next time.